Alrighty everyone, welcome back to another YouTube video. Hopefully your day has been going alright so far. Mine hasn't been that bad. But if you haven't read the title or seen the thumbnail, I'm going to attempt to make a tutorial on Lc-Pc-11, the Fabled Knight, also known as the Last Knight boss fight. Now, this will be in hard mode, so it'll most likely take a few attempts, so excuse me for that. But, I mean, we're just gonna get straight into it. One thing I want to go over first before anything is the team composition, because what IDs you select play a big role in the fight. So for the first three, I'm gonna go with Haishu members / Lord of Hongwan Honglu. Lord of Hongwan is extremely good for this fight, especially for the first turn, and you'll see why in a second. But because the last knight is a positive sanity unit, we're going to use Sword Sharpened with Tears Rodion because she's not most likely. She is the best sinking unit, probably behind Sunshower Heathcliff. I mean, no, not Sunshower. Wild Hunt Heathcliff. And then for my fifth, sixth, I mean, for my fifth, for my fifth, sixth, and seventh slot, we're gonna have Thumb Meru Salt, and then I'm gonna change this to, actually, Thumb Sinclair is underleveled, so I'm gonna go with Haishu Sinclair, Priest Gregor, and Thumb Meru Salt, just due to the fact that these two IDs are tanky and they can do insane amounts of damage if used right. And then I am going to use a support Wild Hunt Heathcliff, just because, I mean, Wild Hunt Heathcliff is a really good ID. And then I'm gonna have Barber of La Mancha Land Otis, Ishmael, and Contempt Awe Ryoshu, which we actually got in the last video. And a level 14 Don Quixote, just in case. Now, this first turn in this fight matters way more than any other turns except for a few. That's due to the fact that you get a choice screen right here, and you're gonna see why we picked Lord of Hongwan Honglu here in a second. Now, you're gonna be presented with a Gloom / Pride advantage, and most likely the other sinners won't hit the odds. But because Lord of Hongwan Honglu naturally rolls a 10, and the threshold that we need to exceed is 7, he's gonna win no matter what. And as you can see, even though he rolled tails, we still won. And for the first turn, the last knight gains 3 offense level down, which is really good. And then for the first turn, we're just gonna save up some skill 3s and do our best to build up sanity. Now, I'm going to try and pick the moves that give the most ego resources, because after this turn, the last knight will start using his AoEs, which hurt a lot. So let's see, we don't have these. For Pursuance, we need 2 Pride, 1 Gloom, and 4 Gluttony, I think that is. And it doesn't look like we're gonna get that, so it doesn't look like we're gonna get that either. We're definitely not getting that. Okay, right now I'm just going through the motions. We actually should have what is cast, because we have, I mean, if everyone wins their clash, we have 3 Pride and 1 Gloom, so realistically we should be able to win that. And then I'm going to go favored here and use a defense skill on both Yiseng and Sinclair. Alright, hopefully we win our clashes. Alright, perfect. We just need to win the other two. Amazing. And we are also beginning to inflict some sinking, which isn't a lot, but it is pretty good. Thank you, Gregor. Alright, so we have what is cast for our next turn. That is really good. Good job, my results. And then I think I will turn my master volume up just a bit. Alright. Now, one thing I do want to mention is that eventually you'll start seeing snowflakes atop the sinners' heads, and that is due to the cold status effect, and unfortunately you will have to read, so I'm just gonna get through this really quick. These two parts matter the most. If this unit has 3 stacks after skill end, take 20 gloom damage and 20 SP damage, and then gain frozen for this turn and the next turn, which is essentially a stagger without being staggered. So you pretty much want to not let any sinner get 3 stacks of cold. And then the cold stack expires after all effects are activated. So to combat this, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to have the sinner, like, if Gregor were at 2, I'd use a defense skill so that he can thaw out pretty much. So, alright, let's see. Literally almost every single attack is targeting Gregor, which is really good just due to the fact that he's an extremely tanky ID, which is exactly the reason why we bought him. I mean, not bought him, brought him. So we're just gonna look for clashes, and I think I'm just going to have Honglu target his defense skill, because if he were to use his skill 3 Enter Me Haishu packs, both him and Faust would become frozen because they both have 1 stack of cold and they attack twice during that attack. So we're gonna have him go for the defense skill, Yiseng go for the Tide Piercer, because even if he loses that, he can probably tank that. Oh wait, actually, Honglu can't attack. Interesting. Okay. And he's probably not going to get another skill 3 for a while. Alright, that's very interesting. Alright, we'll worry about that later, but for now, we're going to use what is cast on the AoE, and then hopefully, oh wait, are any of these targeting Gregor? Wait, what are you, no, stop that. Oh wait, it's this, okay. Okay, this attack is targeting Gregor, so what we're gonna do is keep that unopposed while having pretty much everything else. And then this is favored, okay. This should be good. Man, I wish we could have used a defense skill on Honglu. I'm probably just going to let him get frozen next turn, just because after that he's a pretty tanky ID, and after he's unfrozen we can use his skill 3. And then we also have to thaw out the sinners who are attacking. honestly, I could be playing this a bit better, but mainly due to the fact that I want to build up sanity, especially for his next phase, I'm probably just going to clash as much as possible. Oof, okay. Alright, that's not that bad though. Alright. Gregor needs to thaw out, so... Ooh, there's... Alright, let's see. Sinclair, you can clash with these, but you're most likely not going to win. Yiseng can clash with these, and he's favored, so hopefully that works. Faust, you can clash with this. And let's see, any attacks targeting Gregor, this one is. And then, ideally, we want Gregor to be staggered since he only has one stagger threshold. So... this is very interesting. Okay. And then I think I'm just going to have Hong Lu clash with this, saving his skill 3, and then can anyone clash with these two? I do not think so. Who are these targeting? Yiseng and Yiseng. Alright, he can probably tank those, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to use a defense skill to thaw out Marisol. Yep, because he has 2 stacks of cold. And we're purposely gonna get him staggered. Rodion's offset. Alright, this should be good here. Alright, yep. Alright. Well done, Yiseng. Only doing 12 damage to 3 sinners, which is really good. And Faust has a... she has her Swift Set protection, which is really good. So she can probably tank one of the unopposed attacks going towards Yiseng. Yep. And she gains sanity from that. Perfect. Alright, oof. 60 hurts though. 60 hurts a lot. But the unfortunate thing is, Honglu's gonna be at 14 sanity now, yeah. That's definitely not the best, but... Marisol, that was so aura. But after the first sinner gets frozen, we get the option to pick between someone has to stand their ground next to the petrified sinners, and we have to charge at the knight. What you're going to want to do here is you're going to want to pick the first option, because if you win, which we should, all of the sinners remove their frozen effect, and we won. So pretty much we're going to take this as an opportunity to dish out as much damage as possible, while also trying to gain sanity. This can go unopposed, that's alright. Now, we removed the frozen from all allies, but we didn't remove the cold. So, we're gonna have you use a defense skill. Same with Yiseng. Where are you? Right here. Alright. And then Faust, no. Honglu, okay. We can use Honglu's skill 3 here. And then we're probably gonna have Faust use a defense skill just so she doesn't get 2 stacks of cold and be frozen after this turn. And then Marisol's, you have no cold stacks, which is really good. Real quick, checking this. Alright, we don't have to clash with that first move. Got it. Then Rodion, you attack this, and Gregor, you attack there. Alright, this looks good. Thank you, Hongli. And then, yep, Faust is the first one to attack. Perfect. Oh wait, no, she's gonna be frozen either way since she still has one cold stack. Okay. That's not the best, but it's manageable. Oh wait, she's not frozen? Oh, okay. Also, thank you for rolling all tails. That was amazing. Okay, Gregor's staggered though, which is ideal. And then thank you for tanking that Faust. Okay. Now, once again, we're just going to look for dominating clashes, or preferably preferably dominating, but favored works too. Alright, once again, you always have to be paying attention to your sinners. I believe we can just use the retreat order here because we don't have any other high shoe members in our lineup that favored? Okay, interesting. But we don't have any other high shoe members in our lineup, like in our backup, so I don't think anyone will retreat. And then you can... Okay, we're probably gonna have you clash there. Marisol clash there just to gain some sanity. And then I don't want to use Sinclair's ego yet, so we're probably just gonna go with Branch of Knowledge, since we do still have to do damage at the end of the day. Ooh, Honglu's frozen. Okay. Why did you do that? Alright. But we almost have the Last Knight staggered, which is really good. Please win. Oh my, thank you. Alright. Marisol's at 40 sanity, which is extremely good, but we're gonna have to let him thaw out for one turn, which isn't the best, but I mean, it works. Thank you, Sinclair. And thank you, Rodion. Okay, I got a little scared there, I can't lie. But only doing 13 damage is okay, goodbye, Sinclair. This is actually perfect. This is the most ideal thing that I've ever seen. So let's see. Faust has no cold stacks, Yiseng has one, but he can still clash. We're just gonna go dominating there. Oof, that's neutral. Okay, we're gonna have Rodion corrode, or just go below her sanity threshold, I guess. Then Marisol, you have 2 stacks of cold, so you're not going to attack this turn. And then Gregor, you just be Gregor. Alright, this looks good. Okay, that doesn't... Wait, did he win? Oh, wait, no, that was his defense skill, right? Okay. Thank you, Heathcliff. That's your name. I almost forgot. Okay. But we do almost have him staggered, and I think we're in a pretty good position. Of course, Gregor literally just eats this attack. And then... Ooh, Rodion actually didn't corrode. That's interesting. Oof, okay, that still hurts a lot, though. Okay, that's not as bad. Alright, and then Rodion is frozen, but literally every single attack except 2 are going towards Gregor. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have Faust Meru Salts. And then we're also going to clash with this. And then we're going to have Honglu go there, and then the rest of our Sinners, except for Gregor, because you can probably gain some sanity there, are not going to attack, just so that I can give them an extra chance to thaw out and be ready for when these 4 attacks hopefully stagger. And then we should stagger here, actually. Okay, I lied. Alright, this staggers, right? Wow, okay. Stagger, please. Oh my lord. Okay, this does. Okay, thank you, holy. And then he gets on his horse for whatever reason. And I believe we can just... Ooh, actually, Faust can't attack, but... I think everyone else can. Let's see. She has no cold. Yiseng has no cold. Alright. Yep, this looks good. Ooh, and then we're also probably going to need to use a healing ego next turn, whether it be Mersalt's Pursuant or Sinclair's Lantern. But either way, we are still in a pretty good position. Most of our Sinners are either at or close to 45 sanity, which is really good. Thank you, Rodion. Huge damage. Alright, and then we just almost kill him. Okay. Meru Salt, we're actually going to not have you attack. Oof, he gets 6 offense level up. Interesting. So most of our clashes probably won't win. Alright, let's see. How many stacks of cold do you have? None, actually. Okay, cool. So you can... Wow, okay. Actually, you can use your ego here. Oh, wait. I'm actually slow. Sinclair ran away. Okay, Gregor, how many attacks are targeting you? Literally none. Okay. Favored. Loki, we might have to take that. Honglu has 2 stacks of cold, so you're not going to attack. You have 1 stack, so you can attack. Okay, you're not gonna win though. Honestly, we might just have to have Heathcliff tank an attack. And then Rodion, how many stacks do you have? 1, okay. So you can attack and go favored there. Faust, you can go favored here, and then Yiseng, you can go favored here. Alright, this looks good. He is using a retreat order, but that shouldn't be too bad. And then I think we actually kill him before he uses his retreat order. Holy voice crack. I mean, hopefully we kill him. Alright, 18 damage. Come on, Heathcliff. You did not do over 18 damage. But that's alright, because apparently Gregor's ego is faster. Alright. Oh my lord, okay. And then only 5, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna have Meru Salt attack first, most likely killing the last knight, and then we're going to have Honglu just attack there. Alright, second phase. The second phase isn't that much harder from the first phase, but this attack is unclashable. However, I believe all of these sinners can literally just attack after it's done. So what we're going to do is we're going to get more ego resources for pursuance so that we can heal next turn, and then use defense skills on the rest of these sinners. And this looks good because ideally we want to save up Honglu's skill 3 and then also... Wait, why are we attacking with Marcel? Oh, because we need the ego resources, but he needs to thaw out, so we're just gonna use a defense skill. Alright, that's not that bad. And then you get another choice screen, and what you want to do is you want to pick, we have to stop the Knight's charge. If you win this choice, which we most likely will, you can clash with his extremely powerful AoE, which you pretty much want to clash with every single time. It's called Slay the Ocean, and it does insane amounts of damage. And what we're gonna do is we're going to... Thank you. Honestly, I have no idea what all of this does. Alright. But most of our sinners are... Actually no, all of our sinners don't have any cold, which is extremely good. So once again, we're going to take this as an opportunity to just dish out as much damage as possible. Heathcliff, you do this. Okay, cool, you're dominating. Alright, this should be good. And then we also get the resources for pursuant we need, I believe. He gets 2 cold off that? Oof, okay. Wow, okay. All of our sinners are getting 2 cold now, but we are doing it. Okay, only Honglu froze. Interesting. All of our sinners get 2 cold once they attack, but that is pretty manageable. Oh no, Yiseng. Okay. Well, it was nice knowing you. Also, thank you for not rolling hits. 5% chance, by the way. Alright, for the second phase, I think I'm actually gonna turn the music up just a bit. Thank you for winning, Heathcliff. Oof, yeah, that hurts. Yeah, 274 even with... How did you almost die? 274 damage even with the... Even with him losing the clash is insane. But please don't have 2. Okay, you have 2. Perfect. Exactly what we want. Alright. What we're going to do is... We're most likely going to have to tank some of these attacks. Here, wait. Let me reset my attacks because we need to see if any of them are targeting Gregor. Okay. These 2 aren't. So, what I think we're going to do is... You don't have any cold. Okay, interesting. So what we're going to do is we're going to have... These 2, or not these 2, but we're gonna have every sinner use their counter, and hopefully Gregors can tank these. We probably shouldn't leave this unopposed though, so we're going to power counter that. Alright, and we should be good. No, he's frozen. Okay, that sucks. Okay, we can't use Pursuance anymore. He's also frozen? Okay. Oof, this next turn is gonna be rough. Also, why are you about to corrode? That's probably not good. Thank you for winning that, though. I have no idea why she isn't staggering. But I mean, I'm not complaining. Also, whoever just died, I hate you. But we can most likely... Okay, we're gonna have Rodion use a defense skill, give her a chance to thaw out, use an ego to clash with this, and then that's going for Marusalt, which he can probably tank, but honestly, I do not want to take that chance. So, we're going to go Dominating, and Favored. And then next turn we have enough ego resources for Pursuance. So we should theoretically have this almost in the bag. I don't want to jinx it though. Thank you for winning. Ooh, are you going to be staggered? Please don't. Okay, I don't know why you're not, but thank you so much. Ooh, and Gregor got his mask. Alright, this is perfect. Thank you, Otis. Don't kill too many, please. Thank you. And we are in an extremely good position, so he's not using any AoEs. And I mean, we can pretty much just ego spam for this turn, I believe. So, that's exactly what we're gonna do. And then you're neutral, you're favored, and favored. Alright, this should kill. Okay, you got staggered, of course you did. But it really doesn't matter if our sinners get frozen now because he's pretty much dead. This actually should kill, I think. Okay, I lied again. I'm so sorry. And this should kill. Please do over 13. Oh my god. Wow, okay. And Otis takes the win. Alrighty everyone, that is how you beat Lc-Pc-11, also known as the Last Night. Hopefully you guys learned something. I tried to make the video as concise and like straightforward as I could. And if you want to use any of the IDs I have on screen plus more, like Haishu Gregor or Haishu Rodion, my friend code is right here. Feel free to add me, but with that, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and this video is now over. Alright, Loki, I'm feeling good after beating that. And you already know, we're of course gonna treat ourselves a bit like we always do. Dude, all of the new ego cutscenes look absolutely sick, I can't lie. Title Elgi Ishmael, I think that's what that is. We're gonna equip that right now, actually. And then hope. We have Family Hierarch Candidate? I completely forgot about that. Okay, we don't have literally any leveling IDs. Okay, I mean, leveling tickets. That's okay though. It's a, what ego is it? How do I equip egos, bro? Alright, we're gonna do that later. You already know. You see my lunacy? You see the extraction button? Right here. Okay. Please? Alright. Please be something from Arknights. Oh my god. A Rodion ID? Oh. I mean... Bro, I'm gonna cry myself to sleep tonight, bro. Please. Oh, no. One more. No, I have to pay? Come on. No, I'm too broke for TS, bro. One more, come on. Please, Arknights. Oh my. Ooh. Okay. Alright. Interesting. I do really like Kanto 5, so that's nice. Arknights, please. Oh my god. Fake out, please. No, no. Okay, well. Well, now I'm just broke. Okay. Buying every single one of these. And then you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna use every single one of them. And then you know what we're gonna do now? We're gonna see if we can dispense anything. Nope. Okay, we're close to dispensing Otis. Interesting. Okay, I think I'll work on that for next time, but I mean, we already have a pretty good Otis ID, so I'm not sure if I will or not. But what we are gonna do, title LG. Hell yeah. Alright. And then I think I'm gonna keep Sunshower since he was my first ever 3-star ID. And with that, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching.